Hello and welcome to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events, and I have concern with reservations, but I still have great concern for Western Arkansas, maybe even Central Arkansas, coming up Wednesday into Thursday. Now, there's two things that I've got to really hit home and communicate to you is that it all has to do with the track of this system coming in from the Gulf of Mexico, this tropical low, and it does not matter if it gets a name Bill or not. Even if it gets named or not, it's going to bring a lot of moisture regardless. And again, the track is so important. The timing of it is also a little, debatable this far out at Sunday. I'm recording this, and this is going to be coming in Wednesday or maybe even Thursday, but more likely on Wednesday. And I think the main threat with this is going to be very heavy rainfall. And there's not only there's so many different dangers here. One of the dangers is the fact of the obvious flooding. Then if you get the rainfall across eastern Oklahoma, let's say the track shifts a little bit further towards the west, and it mainly affects eastern Oklahoma, well, then you fill up the Arkansas River again, and then you're talking about river flooding in Arkansas. And then the other threat that I really haven't hit on just yet, it's tornadoes. I don't think, these are not your typical tornadoes. These are more tropical-like. They're usually brief and not as strong, and I don't think it would be anything major or widespread. But I wouldn't doubt if there was one or two of those, or at least a tornado warning or two out of this coming up on Wednesday. So there's a lot going on. And again, I cannot stress this enough. The track is everything. If it goes further towards the west, we're going to be a little bit better off. If it goes further towards the east, then we've really got some troubles. Now, this is just one computer model that I'm showing you. And this is the 4-kilometer North American model. This is valid Monday, and there's the area of low pressure. Again, who cares if it's Bill? It doesn't matter if it gets a name or if it doesn't get a name. It's going to have heavy rain, whether or not somebody in Florida names it or not. And then you see this banding taking place. These are the bands, and it's on the east side of the circulation. Whenever you're on the east side of the circulation, along or east of it, that's the worst part, especially the northeastern quadrant of these tropical systems. Notice how the west side is dry. Well, on the east side, with that counterclockwise flow into that low, you've got the Gulf of Mexico, so you got a lot of moisture, and then you got the spin going into the area of low pressure. Notice how this moves into eastern portions of Texas. It's showing banding. Again, this will not be perfect. Weak boundary, it looks like, off towards our north. Gosh, I hate it when I do that, when I jump forward too far. But anyway, let me go back here 33 hours. You see these bands out ahead of it? There's a little bit of rain. This is on Tuesday. Actually, I'm sorry. This is Monday at 11 p.m. Let's go a little bit further here. During the day, notice this is into Tuesday morning at about 10 or 11 o'clock. There's the area of low pressure located south of Dallas. And then, again, it's a very obvious. Look on the east side of that circulation. So, again, the further west it goes, it keeps all that heavier rain off here towards Texas and Oklahoma. The further east it goes, then you're talking about more of Arkansas going to be included. But this is, again, you see this timestamp here, 15Z Tuesday. That's at 11 a.m. Tuesday morning. And we don't have much going on here except for across far western Arkansas. Again, I want to remind you, this is just a computer model. These things change. The tracks of these change. And exactly where this ends up. But, in these bands here, especially close to the center, you can get enough shear to cause some spin. And I wouldn't doubt if that actually happened, if there are a couple tornado warnings out of this, especially across Texas. Anyway, let's go into Wednesday. So this is late Tuesday. Now let's see how far out this goes. This only goes out to 60 hours. Well, my bad. I wish I forgot that this the 4-kilometer dam only goes out 60 hours here on the site. Anyway, you see that there's bands of, this is at 1 a.m. on Wednesday. The center of low pressure is across portions of Oklahoma. So here's the worry. As I said, there's so many different worries. You get heavy rain in eastern Oklahoma, it fills up the Arkansas River, and then you're talking about more river flooding. Well, if you get the circulation to go even further towards the east, you're getting flooding other than river flooding. And again, you're still on the east side of the circulation, so there's a possibility for those brief spin-ups. So again, the track looks to come up through here, through the Gulf of Mexico, eastern portions of Texas, and into Oklahoma. So we'll keep an eye on that. Let me see what else I've got here for you. Okay, this is the Weather Prediction Center, and this really shows what they think with the track. And this is the accumulated rainfall. Let me see what I got. Okay, this is the 12Z run. I got two runs here. They released their manual progs in the morning at 7 a.m. They have a 7 a.m. one and then one late in the day, 7 p.m. one, and I've got both of them, and I want to show you. This is the amount of rainfall it's forecasting. This is through Friday morning, next Friday morning at 7 a.m. And you can see the track of the low that they're thinking something like this right here, and the heavy rainfall. It's got almost 8 inches of rain near the track of that area of low pressure, and that goes through western Arkansas. Again, that's the morning run. This will change as more data comes in. Let me pull up. This is the new what we call QPF, quantitative precipitation forecast, and it's still showing between 7 and 8 inches of rain in that same corridor. As a matter of fact, it may shift a little bit further towards the east, but it's right through western Arkansas. Again, will this shift in time? Yes, it could go a little bit further towards the west, could go a little bit further towards the east, but there's a ridge of high pressure which is located right in here. So you get the flow, the steering currents, what's going to steer the storm. The steering currents are clockwise, so it's going to go up and around that ridge, and eventually it gets caught up into the jet stream and will shoot on off towards the north and the east and get out of here. But as this comes ashore into Texas, it's just not good news. I just don't like seeing this. The track just does not look good for Arkansas. I hope this changes. The track is still uncertain, but there is quite a bit of agreement that it will take a track very similar to this, and I just hope that, I hate it for Oklahoma, but I just don't want it to come into Arkansas. It's something that I will be keeping an eye on for you right here on the Arkansas Weather Blog, and of course on KATV.com we will as well. Thank you very much for coming to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events.